Tell the fans what we doing next.
We want financials.
Tell them we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
The King of Kings. Canelo Alvarez, Terence Bud Crawford. The kings of boxing, right? Canelo Alvarez is the pay-per-view star, the pound-for-pound star, one of the best, biggest names in the sport of boxing. Terence Bud Crawford is one of the most accomplished fighters in the sport of boxing, one of the most skilled fighters in boxing, and he also is a king amongst kings. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I can just do this all day, the two-time demonetized champion of the world.
Need y'all to get the likes up, man.
Check it out, man. I told you guys we're going to keep talking about this fight. Mike Cappinger has some news, has something that Terence Bud Crawford had to say. He has something that Canelo Alvarez had to say. And this is what Bud Crawford had to say. Quote, I think a fight with Canelo will tell who is the number one guy in the post-Mayweather era, who's the king of kings. And true, right? Crawford has been pretty hell-bent on getting this fight with Canelo Alvarez. I still scratch my head as to why Canelo Alvarez is so hesitant on taking this fight. I'm still scratching my head as to why some boxing fans, I should say, is against this fight. Whatever, right? Canelo Alvarez had this to say about Crawford. He says, quote, if I beat him, nobody's going to say, oh, he beat Crawford because Canelo's a good fighter. No, they're going to say he's a pound-for-pound great too, but he's smaller. You're going to start seeing, but he's small in this. But if the money's right, why not in this moment in my career? End quote. Now, this is what Canelo Alvarez had to say more recently in regards to Terence Bud Crawford. You know, this is after I believe that he said no comment when asked after his fight with Edgar Berlanga about Terence Crawford. Look, man, Canelo, they're going to keep talking about it, bro. This is what happens. This is what happened with Errol Spence. This is what happened to many other guys when Crawford comes on the hunt. When he's on the hunt, this is what's going to happen. And you have nowhere to go. Either you try to rematch Bivol, which I don't think Bivol's going to be so willing to give you a rematch like that unless you give him a substantial amount of money, right? He's going to run away with that. So it's going to be tough for you to get Bivol in the ring. Better Beef? Nah, I don't think you're too interested in him at all, right? Benavidez, well, we heard forget about it, right? And Bud, well, all these guys with the B's, right? You don't seem to really want to fight him either. But I think that's the guy you're most likely to fight. Why? Because, well, you have a better chance at beating him, in my opinion, than any of those other guys, right? Why? Because, well, Crawford is a smaller guy. But I'm not going to take that away from you if you was able to get the victory against Crawford because, well, this is what he was asked for. This is what he was looking for. And, well, you got to give him what he's looking for, right? He's worthy of the challenge. He's big enough to come up to the weight. He's not a dude with short arm, T-Rex arms or anything like that. So I don't understand what's the hold up with Canelo Alvarez fighting Terence Crawford, the king of kings, right? This battle would determine who's the king of kings. Of course, Canelo Alvarez is the pound for pound, one of the pound for pound greats in the sport, one of the biggest draws in the sport of boxing. And Terence Bud Crawford is a pound for pound great. And he's not necessarily a big draw in the sport, but he is one of the biggest names in the sport, right? Not too many guys can get the numbers or generate the numbers that Canelo Alvarez generates on a fight-by-fight basis, right? Canelo Alvarez seems to average at least 400,000 pay-per-view buys depending on who he's fighting. It really don't matter who Canelo Alvarez is going to fight, but you best believe if he was to fight a guy like Terence Crawford, he'll have the biggest numbers he probably will have since he fought Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, that's right. A fight with Terence Bud Crawford will be the absolute biggest fight in boxing. Will Canelo Alvarez give the fans the fight that they want? I don't know. He don't seem to be caring too much about what the fans want. He just cares about what his fans would want. And Canelo Alvarez fans don't really seem to care who he fights. As long as he fights, it don't matter who it is. It could be a straw man. It could be a stick figure. It could be a Porky the Pig. It don't matter who he fights. They will show up. So if he was to fight Terence Crawford, you best believe they will show up. So Canelo Alvarez is exempt for the excuses, oh, well, what has he done? Oh, he don't got no fans. Or he don't join. It don't matter. Why? Because Canelo's the draw, right? Okay, so it just so happens that Terence Bud Crawford is a big name and a pretty, I guess you could say, decent draw in the sport. I mean, who else is drawing like Crawford from 147 to 168? Who's bigger name than Terence Bud Crawford from 147 to 168? Nobody, right? So boom, the smoke is cleared. There's only two guys left, the two kings of boxing, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford. Will this fight happen? We're going to keep talking about it. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.